Starbucks, compounding interest, Abercrombie and Fitch, a 15-year-old, and $1,000. Today, we're going to talk about what they all have in common. When I was 15 years old, I had managed to save up $1,000 from mowing the neighbor's lawn over the last few years. Like many kids, I could have gone and spent it at Abercrombie and Fitch and gotten some great smelling cologne for my high school years, or I could have gone to Starbucks and bought a mocha frappuccino. But I had grown up in a pretty frugal family, thank you, Dad. So I had this $1,000 that I didn't really know what to do with. And so today we're going to dig into how does a 15-year-old invest? What are some of the trade-offs between cost-benefit analysis, if you will, as a 15-year-old? And then ultimately, how does that lead to success with compounding interest over a period of time? So after my parents found out that I'd managed to save $1,000, they asked me for a loan. I quickly turned them down. Just kidding, Mom and Dad, don't hate me. But what we did do is they offered to have their financial advisor at the time come in and sit down with me. And he was kind enough to come to our home and actually walk me through what a mutual fund was at 15 years of age. Changing lanes. Last night, I sat on a panel for the Washington Policy Center where they interviewed a few young professionals in Spokane. They had read my bio and saw that I started investing when I was 15 years old, and one of the questions that they asked me was, what did you invest in when you were 15 years old? It's really not that sexy, I apologize, but it was just a large cap blend mutual fund, essentially the S&P 500, right? I put my $1,000 in that, and we let the advisor run the money in conjunction with my parents. What I think they were really asking is how did I know what to invest in, right? And a lot of that came down to trusting the advisor, right? And so today we're going to talk a little bit about trusting your advisor and some of the tried and true methods that we use, one of them being compounding interest and how that works with success. When I'm talking with a 401k plan, a lot of the time I'll throw up a chart that has 4 different illustrations on it, 4 different methodologies. One of them showing the benefits of compounding interest in an individual who put away a sum of money consistently every month for a period of 40 years, and that sum of money had more than 4 times doubled in total value, versus the same individual who never invested in the market but put away the same amount of money over the same 40 years, only had about 50% more having invested it in cash. So just the benefit of being in the market, right? So when I was speaking with these folks last night, I said it really matters less about being totally strategic in what you're in and getting exposure to the market. I always say the first step is the hardest to take, and after that, incremental steps forward are even more important to ultimately reach success, right? And that's the same with compounding interest. Every month, putting in money over a period of time, that's dollar cost averaging, letting that money continue to grow and getting interest on interest. Your $100 you invest in June, that June of next year is now $106. And then the next year, the $106 grows to 106 plus the 6% you got on the 6%, right? And every year for 40 years time, you get the benefits of compounding interest. And that is how you truly accumulate wealth. So there's a cost benefit analysis in all of this, and human emotion is to want to spend money. It's to want to get instant gratification, which is a really hard thing to fight against, because what you're fighting is gratification now for long-term success and wealth later. So Matt and I did a little math to wrap it up here too. So I invested that $1,000 into a large cap blend, like I said, which is essentially the S&P 500. And let's assume that I hadn't invested anything else over the last 19 years. Do the math, I'm now 34, okay? So the last 19 years, the S&P has gone up about 570%. That same $1,000 is gonna be represented as about $5,700, right? So over a 19-year period of time, the market has really crushed it. It's been a great, 19 years. So, and again, that's assuming I hadn't put in any other money, no additional $1,000. So that's the benefits of compounding interest. Do that with more zeros behind it, and now you can see how you get retired. Dollar cost average in over that 19 years, and you're gonna see how that $5,700 is a much higher dollar amount, right? Dollar cost averaging, systematic contributions over a period of time. 2 tried and true methods, dollar cost averaging, compounding interest. If you do nothing else in life, dollar cost average in, get the benefits of compounding interest, and stay solid to the plan. If you're unsure of your plan or you want help developing a plan, reach out to any of us here at 10 Capital, and we'd be happy to get a visit on the books with you to talk about some of the benefits that we are implementing with our clients now. Have a great weekend.